Like when, you gotta change to a lighthearted topic before you do a sponsor ad read. But you just go straight into the sponsor ad read after talking about prairie dogging. Just like, oh yeah, it's like I was just running down and I was about to shit myself. And oh, by the way, you should buy fucking Lemmings undergarments. They're the best for when you're prairie dogging.
Undergarments.
This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about movies, video games, and pop culture, and break down the latest stories from our Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. Player 4 has entered the game. Hello and welcome to the Player 4 Podcast. I'm your host, Tristan, aka Chagrazier.
I'm Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
You just sound like a little muffly today. Like it's just like it's just a little like it's not.
That's because I'm on my phone.
Oh.
Yeah. Right now I'm looking at my computer screen and I have Discord open, but it's doing the whole like blank screen other than the Discord logo spinning around and saying, "Did you know? Change each participant's volume by right-clicking them in a call," and that's it. So it's just stuck in the loading screen.
Cool. Let me get you a nice new laptop.
No.
Yes.
No.
God damn it! It's like $1,000. Let me get you something.
No. You did get me something. You got me this awesome coin for D&D whenever I have to do like a 50-50.
That cost me like $1.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yes, its intrinsic value is not really pertinent to how much it means to you sentimentally, but still, like, you've had this computer for what, 11 years?
It's been a while. Yes.
Yeah. It's time, Alex, to upgrade. We just need to go out back and old Yeller that thing.
Oh no, we didn't. No, it'd be
Office Space.
It'd be like Office Space. Yeah.
And then we get you a new one, and it's nice. And then you go, man, I love this computer. I should use it all the time.
Yeah, it's on my radar. Just right now, I've been saving up because I want to move out here this like spring/summer.
Sure,
So.
let me get you a laptop. They're cheap-ish, and you can transport it. It's easy to pack and go.
Oh my gosh!
I'll get you a Surface.
Tristan, I'll get my own laptop.
It's a Surface, though. Then you can draw Riken for me.
I can draw. I don't know. Like I've always like seen people draw like on screens and whatnot, and it amazes me how great it looks because I feel like I'm not a great drawer. I'm an okay drawer, but I feel like that would go downhill with the screen and it just look like some crappy doodle.
I mean, it all depends on the tool you're using, right? Like, yeah, there's obviously your skill level involved in it, but like, if you're doing it in Paint, sure. But also, like, these things, like, the Surface, I think they're on the Pro 7 now. I'm still using a Pro 4. They're really, really accurate in how they read the pen on the screen. So it feels like drawing on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it would definitely help alleviate the whole smudging because I'm left-handed. So that typically really only affects writing, but for some reason in my mind I feel like it affects drawing too, where like for some reason my hand will go over like where I've like written or drawn and it just every single time it smudges. I'm just like I have the crap on my hand. I'm like, God.
And then you got a smudge on the page. You're like, Gah!
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, technically that really only affects writing because you're going right to left on there. Drawing, you can pretty much go any way you want.
It's true, you can go any way you want with drawing. But I mean, it all is a factor. For me, being right-handed meant I needed to rearrange the entire workspace inside of Clip Studio, because they put all the tools on the right-hand side of the screen, and so that meant the computer is designed so that if you're using the pen and you lay your hand on the screen, it ignores the contact of your hand. But that's only once the pen is close enough to the screen that it goes, oh, they're writing with the pen. I'm going to ignore hand contact now. So there were still times when I would lay my hand down and the pen would come second, basically. And so then I would be hitting buttons in the tool tray. Okay, I need to move this shit over there. Okay, now I can lay my hand on the screen, and even if the computer detects my hand first and tries to read me doing stuff, it's usually just me moving the canvas, and that's fine.
So they don't have. So it's on the right side. It's not like on the top.
I mean, you can put it wherever. I moved it over to the left side. You can put it at the bottom, the top. You can make it like I also like anchored it into the frame. You can unanchor it and drift it around wherever you want. Like they're really the workspaces are very customizable in programs like Clip Studio and Photoshop, which are like a couple of the primary tools, Adobe or Clip. I've never used like Paint Tool Sci or anything like that, but I imagine it's pretty similar. But like you can't change the workspace in Paint. Like you can't move that around. Also, it sucks.
Are we talking about MS Paint?
Yes.
Oh my god. MS Paint. Like,
I still use it constantly.
The worst art tool ever.
Yeah. You gotta draw boobs in there once in your life. You're not an artist until you drew boobs in MS Paint.
Yeah. Just like how you haven't done math until you put boobs into a calculator.
Yeah, or better yet, boobies.
Oh, boobies? Yes, of course. This is what happens when we're left to our own devices.
I mean, this is why you get... Hold on, I think I still have the image for it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Boom! You're not watching the stream, are you?
I'm not.
God damn it.
Actually, right now, I'm looking at the home screen for Sea of Thieves, and it has Sea of Thieves Season 1, and there's a couple chickens on the table, like, mocking me.
Mocking you?
Yeah.
It just... Chickens and mockery just makes me think of the old, Minecraft days and Joseph trolling me with chickens.
With chickens. Oh, yeah, with chickens and a tree.
Well, just so as you know, I threw up the old Trizlex podcast. Stay in school, don't do drugs.
Oh my gosh, the Trizlex.
Yep.
Oh, that was a scary sight.
I mean, it's up there now. People are going to be looking at it on episode...
Oh my gosh.
You know what? 216.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Don't worry.
Okay.
It's a simple going to the home screen, going to Twitch, and now I have to see this.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, I saw it in the preview window. It's already scared me.
It's already scared you. I mean, our faces, they just match up so perfectly. Our hairline and our chin is great. The nose, not so much.
I mean, it might have been, the lips might have been better if I wasn't smiling, and...
I think it gives us kind of a Two-Face from Batman the Animated Series feel.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
But, like, my nose is way more aquiline than yours.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's perfect.
Plus, that was before my facial hair days too. So
yeah,
I could. I have facial hair now, so that might work out a little bit better.
I mean, I think that the facial hair on one side and not the other is really funny. It's really funny. I like the half a soul patch.
Just like, you know what? I was in a hurry. I only got to do half of my face shaving.
I also only smile with that half of my face. I don't know. I mean, this is the monster I created, and I'm honestly pretty proud of it.
The good old days.
The good old days. These are the podcast days we miss.
Yeah. The days where we actually like would take it and actually edit
Edit it.
the video to put stuff into it.
Look, who's got time for that stuff anymore?
Nobody. That's why we
Nobody.
stopped doing
It's
it.
true. But yeah, I still remember the good old days of compositing all those damn images to illustrate the stories we were telling.
Oh my gosh! I think that's part of the reason, probably, why my laptop's still slow, is because I have all the freaking images that I saved for these
Move them to an
freaking
external, man.
episodes.
Let it breathe.
Oh. I need to just take a look and be like, anything that's like just generic photos that I use to put in the stuff to get rid of.
Yeah. Like, dude, all our old podcast stuff, and then like all my recording stuff, the original recordings when I would record instead of stream for the D&D game, all that stuff is still on my 4 terabyte hard drive. And the hilarious thing is, there's like 20 odd videos in there, multi-hours long, and my 4 terabyte hard drive is still sitting at like less than 10% used.
Terabytes, man. It's a lot.
Terabytes is big. I'm running low on my 2 terabyte now because that's where all my Steam games get installed. And now it's like, you only have like 500 gigs left. I'm like, I know. It's
Stop
like,
scaring me.
you've only got 25% left, man. I'm like, I know.
Yeah, that's kind of what my Xbox is doing. To me, I have. Let's see if I go to my games and apps. I have 779.6 gigabytes free among all my storage, which should be my external and my internal, and that's I have 21.7% left then in my storage.
Yeah.
And I haven't even really gotten any true next gen, which technically is now current gen games that are probably going to be bigger. So I need to start looking at new external that will house that.
Much too big. Need more space.
Always need more space.
So usually after the podcast, we hang out and do Halo.
Well, that's what we've been doing, but what happened this past Sunday, Tristan?
We did it.
We
we
did
did all the Halos.
We finally finished all of the PvE stuff, which is all the campaigns and
And
the
then all of
Spartan
the
Ops
Spartan
that came
Ops,
in
yeah.
4. I mean, I guess at some point we could always go back to it and try out Firefight, see how we do in Firefight.
Blah.
But what, you don't like Firefight?
I'm gonna have to be Mickey. Like, ha ha! I'm
Oh
gonna blow him sky high!
my gosh.
We gotta get the hell out of here, guys! It's gonna blow! It's gonna blow!
We are
You see that shit?
taking a break. Okay, shut up, Mickey. We're gonna be taking a break from the Halos, and we are going to sail the seas.
We're gonna
So, I mean,
sail.
tonight we're gonna sail the seas. I'm sure there'll give me other days where sail the seas. We might dive back into let's see, what's that game that we were playing before? Phantasy Star Online 2, maybe.
Oh man, that's right. We should definitely do that.
I can't. I mean, yeah. In the future, tonight I wouldn't be able to because I have an update.
True. I haven't played that in forever. I would definitely be up
haven't
for
played
that.
it either, basically, since all of us stopped playing. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do for going forward. And I believe everybody. There's a few of us in a different channel that are looking forward to getting Back for Blood, which is the Left 4 Dead, uh, essentially the sequel to Left 4 Dead 2, and hopefully that we cross play between PC and Xbox, because then we can play together, and that's going to be awesome.
Nice.
Yep, I already pre-ordered it, so
Very nice. It's good to be excited about stuff.
yes. So Tristan, I don't know. Do you want to discuss anything else? Like, do you want to discuss D&D last night?
Yes, I do, because you were tired, so I didn't get to make you tell me how awesome you thought it was.
You didn't get to make. Uh,
Come on,
it
I like to hear
it
it.
was awesome. We got to meet a dragon, who was Cyrus's father.
It's true. You've been hearing all about this infamous guy, and now you finally get to meet him.
Yep, I like how when someone mentioned that Cyrus is essentially Dragonborn, that he said that he thought the Dragonborn would be insulted by that.
I mean, come on. He and the dragons created the Dragonborn. They know they gave him pride.
Yep, Riken was about to be like, "Yeah, damn straight, he ain't no Dragonborn."
Just because you're born of a dragon doesn't mean you're born of dragons.
Exactly. Gosh.
Ugh. Don't you get it? No
And
dragon breath, no
then
in.
so we explained the stuff to him, and he is going to join us on our quest to get the sword
That'll be interesting.
from the Drow city of Onyx. Let's see what he can do.
Probably, whatever halflings can do. Mixed with some, I don't know, dragon foo.
And you posed the. Uh, you asked me about the whole, or you said something along the lines of you were surprised by the twist, by the fact that he was joining.
Yes, I am.
I saw your tweet.
Yeah, I had to, pet shame you.
But hold on, the way that you explained it in the tweet,
Yeah.
it makes much more sense than like what you said last night.
I thought I
Like
said
with
pretty
the
much the same
whole.
thing, where I just, you asked if you said, aren't you the one controlling the character? And I said, I mean, not really, they have their own motivations.
But then in the tweet, then you laid out how you thought he was going to be in the background doing stuff, but then he was called by a player to us. So like that whole thing then makes it more sense than like you were surprised that he decided in that moment to join us.
I
Like,
guess. I mean, my point was still I was surprised by the decision, which was in that moment. And the helping in the background, he's been helping in the background all along. I just figured
yeah,
he would
but
stay there.
like but that helps bring more context to your thoughts of that was surprising to you,
Oh,
because you weren't figuring on bringing him to us and into the actual story, at least not yet, until Cyrus actually called for him to join us.
yeah. I
Well, not
mean,
join us, but
Cyrus
come
never
meet us.
had the ability to call to him until he got hold of the scroll.
But like that's why I was confused last night, because it almost was like, yes, I figured in my mind, you were saying that you were surprised that he decided, like after he met with us, decided to join us rather than be like, "All right, see you later, I'm gone."
I mean, I was kind of trying to find his out. Like, okay, he delivered the information, he got the information back, and now he's got actionable stuff. And then the party was like, and then we're gonna do this, and then we have to do this. He's like, shit, he can help with that. He would want to help with that.
So don't try to shame me on Twitter.
Oh, I'm not shaming you. I'm glad you're one of my players. I am glad that there are people as excited about the game as you.
Super excited.
I am very... So, the thing that was most concerning me, and still is I have this, understanding of the next few events that are going to occur between, here and the end. And I'm like, okay, how is this change in dynamic going to force me to alter these events, and how is the party going to react to them? Because there are things where it's like, well, I know I can present them with this, that, or the other thing, and I think they'll respond to it in this way, or that way, or they might do this other thing. I don't know, but I'm guessing it's going to be one of these two, and that should be interesting. So yeah, I can include this, and that'll make for a good little side story or something like that, along the way. I'm looking at how can I make the path to get there interesting. And, what makes sense for what's going on in the world, There's lots of stuff happening. It's not just the dragons, right? There's other stuff going on, and you've been getting hints about stuff that isn't the dragons the whole time you've been playing.
I mean, we've also been doing stuff other than going after the dragons, too, this whole time.
Yeah.
We fought a necromancer.
That was big.
We fought another what was it, another wizard or whatever to get the armor of Cord, or
that was a lich.
Oh, the lich, yeah, the lich.
They are a wizard.
We fought a beholder.
Yeah.
So we've been fighting a lot of different other things, doing a lot of side quests, quote unquote.
Yeah.
On our journey to try to stop the dragons.
So, it's all of that stuff that I've got in my mind. And I'm like, okay, tie this back in. This will be interesting and good for the players. This will make for an interesting story.
Still waiting for that Revengers.
The Revengers?
Yeah, the Revengers. Except you took away one of their
one
of their people that would have been.
Yeah, but I gave them a new one. I replaced them. Don't worry.
We can replace. You replace her.
All of the bad guys that you've defeated so far are going to get together. It's going to be the Beholder, the Lich, who turns out not to have been destroyed because you didn't find their phylactery, the Necromancer, probably, or maybe the ghost of the Necromancer, and...
No, he's just dead.
And then, it would have been also Fulbury Lionborn, but she joined up with you. Turned out to be not such a bad person.
Yeah, she was okay.
I mean, eventually her contingency triggered and she bugged out.
Yeah. Yeah, we never did actually get to say anything to her before she left because of that, right?
Right. Well, not before she left, but she was still on telepathic communication. So there was I did have to take 20 minutes and do another scene of Derek talking to her.
Maybe we'll see her again sometime.
Yeah, I mean, she said she was headed south.
Oh.
She did say she was going to Sudaran to find allies.
Already
plotting and scheming.
Planning some stuff.
Man, it's almost like I do that a lot.
Yeah, who would have thought that you would plan all this stuff out?
Derek just the other day discovered one piece of information that I seeded 2 years ago, and he just realized its connection to everything else.
Mm, I don't get to hear this information, do I?
Mm, maybe I don't know. I feel like he would be upset if I told you, since he was like so psyched about figuring it out. Of course, he's also upset
Uh,
because his character doesn't know it.
I see.
Because it was information. It was a combination of information he has now and information his other character had. But,
Oh.
like, it is information that Riken has now and from back then.
There's so much stuff that has happened. Like going back 2 years. Like I don't even know what to look for.
So, do you remember when you were in the city that was like half city and half trees
Yeah, with the elves.
with the elves, and then you took a boat south to get to the desert?
Yeah.
And you remember that you got attacked while you were on that boat a couple of
Yeah,
times?
by the water, or what was it by the water spirit? Or was this a different?
No. The water spirit was one of the things that attacked you. She sicked 2 Hydra on you.
Uh huh.
You got attacked by another thing, too.
What did we get attacked by?
Big. Had wings.
Wing.
Big wings.
It wasn't a dragon because we were
No.
gotten destroyed.
What's not a dragon?
Had wings. Was it like a wyvern or something?
No. It was called a rock.
Oh yeah, that rock, the giant bird thing.
The giant bird with the 200-foot wingspan.
Yeah, isn't it like ROC or something?
Yeah, ROC, rock.
I think I only know that because of like Final Fantasy or something.
Yeah, rock and cockatrice are kind of in the same generic family of dragon birds. Cockatrices are usually dragons.
Okay.
Well, I know
So
in
we
Witcher they're
fought that stuff.
dragons. In any event. There was a nature roll that was done to learn more about the rock that relates to this.
Oh no, now I have to go and watch that episode. What episode was that?
It wasn't aired back then because it was before
Oh
you.
no, that was before we started doing that?
Yup. I'm sorry. You guys, we didn't start. I didn't start streaming it until I needed to be able to show you a complex map constantly so that you could move around on it, and that wasn't until you got into the dungeon, into the treasure vault.
The necromancer?
Yeah.
Was that? I thought the necromancer was before that.
The necromancer was before that, but we used another way of doing it. I had been able to share my stream via Skype. So I did a Skype share screen to show you what I was doing in Excel.
Okay.
Yeah, a million billion years ago.
Yeah, it feels like forever since we were on Skype.
I don't miss it.
No, I like Discord better.
Discord's so much better. I like just having the channel there that you can just drop into rather than having to start a call with everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And hope they pick up. So much better. But yeah, I really, the thing that I regret most is just that there's like 2.5 years or more of stuff that I wish we had recorded. But we don't.
Nope. No, but now nobody will know the beginning slash little ways after the beginning of Everybody Loves Riken.
Yeah. It's really sad to me.
They'll pick it up on when we're in the dungeon for the Lich.
Like, we were much better, like, I think we're more interesting to listen to now than we were back then. Like, I listened to the really old recordings that I did. I have those 4 recordings, and those are on YouTube now. They're in the They're in the D&D Extras playlist. But there are 4 sessions that I recorded that were non-consecutive way before we started streaming, and there's a lot of dead air. There was a lot of going out of character and side conversation. Like, it really needs a lot of editing to be listenable. And now we still have some dead air, but I've really corrected a lot of that, like with having the GM's closet, because a lot of the dead air back then was me typing and having text conversations with people to let them know something that they know that other people don't. And now I can just pull people into the GM's closet, and now there's a record of what was going on, so I can go back and be like, oh, right, this is the information I gave them, so this is the information they have, cool, and I can re-listen to it, and they could re-listen to it. And it's not dead air as I'm just typing back and forth with them, so, it's just better in every way. You're just upset because I haven't pulled you into the GM's closet yet. Do you want me to pull?
Figured it out.
Do you want me to pull you into the GM's closet?
I mean, I only want to be pulled into the GM's closet when it is necessarily that I need to be in.
I'm gonna just pull you in there next time and be like, all right, Alex, you're in the GM's closet. What do you want to talk about?
No, don't do that. That's not special. But there was at one point the last time, I think it was a couple sessions ago or so, like you ended up pulling 2 people in, one person, and then later on.
Yeah, I pulled in Leah, and then I pulled in Yukikaze.
Well, when you pulled in Yukikaze, you said, "Oh, I get to bring in 2 people."
Yeah,
and I thought that because I think Yukikaze and Riken were interacting, I thought you were like bringing both of us in, but you were just talking about the fact that this is the second person that you get to bring in the session. And so when you pulled him in and you never pulled me, and I was like, oh, I guess he's not pulling 2 people in at one time, and it's not me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
He went and he did his meditations, so he got visions and stuff. And it was after he'd brought you back, because you got food poisoning. I'll figure out some good little side story where Riken has the information this time, so there's a reason to take you in there.
No, it's okay.
I wanted to make sure that Yukikaze, feels like he's driving the story sometimes, because sometimes I feel like he's along for the ride, and it's like, no, you're the guy with the information. Make sure that you are sharing this out so that you can help drive the story.
Yeah. I mean, we're technically going for the shield. Well, I mean, we got the shield, but we've been going for the shield. Now we're going for the sword, which is stuff for him.
Yeah. But he's along for the ride.
I mean,
I also wanted to make sure it was somebody else that told you the bad news about your brother, because I wouldn't get the same reaction if I told you directly. I need there to be disbelief and, reasonable doubt.
There's still disbelief and reasonable doubt.
There is, which there wouldn't be if I was just like, hey, I am an, all-seeing force, letting your character know this is how shit be. I mean, you'd still be, crushed by it, I'm sure, but there wouldn't be that. No,
but
I don't believe it. But instead, you
wanted to twist the knife just a little more.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely here for the
Yukikaze and all people.
Your competition, your lover.
No, not my lover.
Maybe not yet.
My side squeeze.
Side squeeze. You're right. It's your side squeeze. Cord is your lover.
Exactly.
I forgot. My bad. So yeah. That's why you should come watch Everybody Loves Riken, because we've got intrigue and character-driven story. 50-50. There's definitely a story there that is not nearly as character-driven as it needs to be. We can make it more character-driven.
I'd say that we're better than what we were, though. With I guess, trying to drive things with our characters. We still need work. There's always room for improvement,
Always.
but I think overall, compared to where we were, even like a year ago, I think I'd say that we're doing pretty well.
Yeah. It's been really, really a privilege getting to watch you guys come from most of you had never played a role playing game before, never role played at all, to where you are now.
Yep, I was one of them.
It's true. It was you.
Never role played at all.
I know that you and Jacob and Thomas had never role played before this. I know that Guaco had more experience. Derek had minimal experience before this. There were the other people who were like Zook. They had also never roleplayed before, but they vanished.
Yeah. Wonder if he role plays at all
I don't
at this
know.
point.
I never heard from him after that. He just disappeared off the face of the earth, you know?
Yep. Or Cade.
Arcade indeed. Look, I got like 5 likes on that post where I was talking about players driving the story.
You
That's a lot.
did.
That's a lot for me. I don't get lots of likes. Like, I think my most liked tweets are usually political, and those get into the hundreds.
Wow. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever had one get. I maybe have one that might have gotten into like the teens or something, but of course, I don't tweet that much either.
Mm.
I hardly get on Twitter anymore. I check it every once in a while.
I check it a lot. I don't tweet as much as I'm reading or sharing. I do retweet a lot. Because I'll see something and be like, more people need to see this, so I will retweet it.
Yeah, I definitely have retweeted more than I've actually posted anything.
Hmm. Got my. I don't. I don't ever like probe for more followers, but I'm always, happy when I see more people have followed me. I finally broke 200.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's, I don't tend to pin a lot of accolades on stuff like that, but felt good. Like, hey, I got more than 200 followers. Look at me. And I'm not the one out there fishing like, hey, follow me because, hey, I'll do giveaway. Like, I don't like the giveaways thing. Like, I constantly see people like, oh, I'm about to hit like 13,000 followers. I should do a giveaway. Oh, I'm not going to do that. Sorry. Follow me if you like the things I'm retweeting or if you feel as politically activated as I do.
I'll give away more tweets that I post.
Yeah. That's me. Like my Twitter is like 2 things. It's D&D and it's politics, and that's it.
Yeah.
And
Mine
it's
doesn't
about
really have
50-50.
mine doesn't really have a any kind of focus. It's just like if I ever feel like posting anything, I will. But
I tagged you in a post where people were like, "Hey, hype your game and tell me who the characters are." I tagged you in that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Everybody loves Reich.
Everybody should love Riken. All right.
At one point, we thought it was everybody loved Riken.
We did. I was really excited for that. And then it didn't happen. You didn't actually die.
No, because you were probably more excited by the fact that you're gonna get to tell me. You're like, can't wait to tell him that he doesn't actually die.
I was sitting there going, man, I hope he's not mad at me about this. He's really excited about that new character.
I am excited for that cleric whenever I do get to play him.
It could happen. Like, I'm not telling you it won't happen. It could definitely happen. Ah. But yeah. We're at an interesting juncture in the story. I've got a lot of things planned going on around this part, and I just have to make sure that I execute on them the way I want to.
Yep. Another Rowan battle might come.
Nameless Alibi, 2 days ago. Thank you for the follow, Nameless Alibi. Another Rowan battle? Yeah, that could happen.
Yep.
I'm excited. I am excited to be back out of the Underdark, but between here and there, I've got some good ideas.
Did you like did you like Riken describing Rowan?
I can tell you who didn't.
I was waiting for some kind of comment. Well, when I made the comment, like, yeah, he seemed to have gone down a lot too. I remember that.
He wasn't very good at fighting.
I didn't say he wasn't very good at fighting. I just say he went down a lot.
It's the same thing.
No, you can still be decent at fighting, but you just get overwhelmed and you go down. Riken's gone down. And he's good at fighting. Riken has gone down.
I remember that time you got jumped off the back of a dragon and splattered on the ground.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And like just recently he went down. He had to be fed a potion by Vendar, remember that? In the big battle. Before he used his power.
And thought he was gonna die anyway.
Yeah. So Riken's gone down a few times too. That doesn't mean you're bad at fighting.
But the way it rolls off, like when you say, "Well, I remember he used to go down a lot."
But that's Riken, friggin' basically trying to like yeah, obviously he wants to let everyone or let whoever needs to know kind of how like Rowan fought and all that. That's why he did the whole. Yeah, I remember he used shadows. But he also doesn't want them to get too worried about fighting Rowan. So he's going to make this jab just to like make him feel a bit more relaxed. Like, well, I did see him go down a little bit.
Yeah. I try to give the characters a lot of times and space to kind of be themselves and define themselves through their conversations, and I think that's what maybe the players are starting to get a better handle on, is like that's where like the places that you define who your character is are the choices that you make and the things you say and the way you fight. And so, like, my game has always focused more on roleplay than on combat, so I try to make sure it's like, okay, if people need to do anything, let me know. I'm giving you time to, like, get the things you need done, and you should talk to each other. And you guys are getting a lot better at talking to each other. Like, the last 2 sessions have been amazing for me because I got so much writing done. Because you guys were talking to each other. I'm like, perfect, I don't need to intercede. They're doing great. Things are sounding good. That's good. Character development right there. Love that. Okay, and done. Oh, they still don't need me? Sweet. Okay, I can write another paragraph.
So that's what you're doing.
Usually, and the writing I'm doing is for the story, so you're welcome.
It's all a ploy to help you progress the story. Will help us progress the story, because as you always say, we are the ones that decide
it's true.
Where the story goes.
Yeah, and now you've got this dragon with you. I did not foresee that, 10 sessions ago. I figured that
it was
dragon...
a long time coming, but he finally got to us.
Phrasing?
Yep.
Alright, Joseph's gonna get mad at us for recording too long now. Well, he should have known it was, Trizlex Podcast! Don't do drugs.
In school.
Alright, well... I love talking about this, and the problem is I could talk about this for another few hours, so we should let our listeners go. Thank you for showing up, thank you for participating, thank you for being there, listeners. We love you. And next time Alex will have a better microphone. When you get high pitch, it just goes... It's like, what did he say?
I mean, I could have switched over to my laptop at
Oh,
this
did it
like
finally
a while
finish?
ago,
Okay,
but
but
I
it was
just
lazy.
I didn't want to bother with it.
Fucking lazy. Okay. Well, I think it's time to flip out.
We're gonna flip out.
Gonna flip out. So, good night, everybody. Hashtag goodbye.
There we go. Goodbye.
I like making you wait for it.